You read that, and you think that same thought from the first couple of verses, like, Solomon, why you gotta be so depressing? Like, can't we talk about some of the good things? Like, why are we gonna focus on and talk about how everybody's going to die? Like, that's something we all kind of know, but why do we gotta focus on that? It's not very exciting. And I think we tend to read something like this in this way. I don't think Solomon is really just trying to depress us with this passage. He wants us to see something. He's so dramatic and he gives so many different examples and he talks about so many different things because he's pushing us towards understanding one very important thing from this passage. And it's in verse 7. He says, the dust returns to the earth as it was. And listen to the end of this sentence. It says, and the spirit returns to God who gave it. The reason that Solomon talks so much about death is because it's a real thing. It's actually going to happen to us. That's a hard thing for me to realize. Like, I feel young. The idea of dying is not on my radar. But Solomon wants that to hit me in the face because he wants me to understand verse 7, that the dust is going to return to the earth and the spirit is going to return to God who gave it. When Solomon talks about how all of us are just marching on a road towards death, it's not to depress us, but it's to convince us, for us to realize that we are marching towards a moment where we are going to meet God. That's what he wants us to see. He doesn't want us to just wake up tomorrow and be like, oh man, here's another day closer to death. He wants us to realize like we are moving through life towards a moment where we are going to see God. We're going to meet God. And what's going to matter in that moment is not our success, is not how our relationships, what's going to matter in that moment is not the things that went well for us or the things that we hoped happened for us. But what's going to matter in that moment is what we did with God.